Connecting. And feel free to share your screen whenever you want it to. The audience will see it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of stuff because we want to show them gameplay experiences and actual real life gameplay as well. So 100%.
Wow, that is marvelous. Let me check over here. I see that we are streaming on Binance Live right now. And I'm going to start to play our countdown video so that everyone knows that we are ready and we are here. Here we go. Okay, hello everyone. Let me check our sound across different platforms. Yes, we are streaming on our Binance Live, on our Twitter Live, our YouTube Live. Let me also add Twitch Live. It's an amazing day and so glad to have our LooperLands team over here. Oh my, seems like the whole core team members are over here on a Saturday morning, right? I remember when I was little, I like to watch those Saturday morning show, right? So it's very exciting to have y'all over here. Listen, online, I'm from Utiverse. I'm Oliver Head of Community and BD over here. I also host on our Binance Live 7 days a week for over 18 months nonstop. So I've been spending over 6,000 hours over here on Binance Live. And yeah, we're very exciting to have you over here. And both of us are part of the Tyco ecosystem project. So definitely would like to learn more about our fellow Web3 gaming developers over here. Would you like to, starting from, introduce yourself and your project to us? Who would like to start it? Thank you.
Sure, I'll start. So my name is Corey. I go by Smiley Phase online. I'm the founder and the lead for the LooperLands team. And I'll let my colleagues introduce themselves.
That is awesome. Yes, Smiley. I actually also follow you on Twitter as well. That's just great. Thank you so much. And yeah, everyone, welcome to introduce yourself and your role to our audience. Thank you.
Pete, Blake.
Yeah, so I'm Pete or Blake. I go by Pizza in the community, and I am marketing and community lead for LooperLands.
Nice. Pizza, your role is similar to me. I'm also spending time with our community members on Discord and Twitter and everywhere. Yes, and also, taking care of our marketing plan as well. Thank you and welcome here.
Steven?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yeah, I'm Steven. I forked the original repo, made the original game. But right now I'm mainly just kind of like the code janitor. So when people push up code, to get in, I review it and, that type of thing. I also kind of do some of the finance stuff, but yeah, I'm the head code janitor. That's how I like to say myself. But yeah, that's it for me. I'm also known as Box Hamster, and on Twitter and Discord.
Interesting. Why y'all have so cute names like Pizza or Box Hamster? And I used to have a hamster, but now I actually take care of hedgehogs. So yeah, awesome. And
upgrade.
Definitely would like to know more about your team and why you have those cool names and what are the connections between your nicknames and your gaming project, and how do you also communicate with your community members. That's awesome. And who do we have over here? Thank you.
And last but not least, the group.
Hi, good morning. I'm the Groot, of the Groot in Dutch. I recently joined the team and I'm an all-round developer, focusing on the website and the backend right now, but I'm also doing some game code when needed.
Wow, respect. You are the tech guy. That's definitely not easy. Actually, like last year I was considering should I apply for Georgia Tech, right? Study computer science, and then eventually I totally gave it up because I am definitely not the tech guy. So I still come back to my marketing and taking some marketing courses over here. And I would like to learn from each of you and to learn about our gaming project over here. Let's talk about why it is named as LooperLands. What's the meaning behind it, and also why did you decided to build a gaming project in Web3, especially focus on the Taiko ecosystem? Thank you.
Absolutely. So first of all, I came into the Web3 space with the GameStop NFT market crowd. I have a background in global telecom systems. My partners over here, they all understate their roles and their capacity and their contributions and what they're doing as far as building. It's a really great team, and we have wonderful lack of egos. So I started with the GameStop NFT marketplace and started building Web3 games with some other people in the community. Basically because we saw a lot of potential sitting on the Loopring network, and we did fairly well with that. That allowed us to connect to a larger community of developers, of game artists, and other sorts of artists that were in the space. And from that, we created LooperLands June 2023. So we've been running for a little while now. We were leading on all the marketplaces sitting on Loopring, including the GameStop, the sadly defunct GameStop marketplace as well. And that allowed us to connect over to Taiko, which, the Taiko and Loopring have a very deep relationship through Daniel Wang. The best place to get the Taiko wallet right now is in the Loopring wallet, right? You get it in the Taiko testnet and you can play around with it. And so it was a very natural migration for us to start working with the Taiko folks as well. They were very kind and approved us as ecosystem partners so that we can join some amazingly top-ranked folks like you. And that's the sort of mission that we have. We see ourselves as a really, really cool hub for all the Taiko ecosystem partners and services and so on and so forth. It's just a wonderful way to showcase the technology in real use cases that have, players interacting with it in a gamified environment. And that's sort of the vision that we have, just to make it fun, engaging, and to make people want to learn.
Fun, engaging, and make people want to learn. That is definitely a great motto for when we're in Web3 and building. But did you mention that you actually started to build LooperLands last year around June, right? Yeah, I remember
we were in production in June. We've
Okay.
been live since June 2023, so we've been growing ever since. My partner Stephen or Balks mentioned that what we've done is we've taken browser quests and we've forked it. So we've taken an open source game and we've forked it. Our game itself is open source.
Right.
And so we have a very growing community of developers. We've got about 100 artists and creators, about 17 different developers in the community, all kind of pitching in, working on the game code, adding features and functionality because of the model that we've created associated with the game that allows them to benefit and make profit and cover their costs and so on and so forth.
How was the
Yeah, our
experience?
first. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, please. I will just ask the follow-up question later. Thank you.
Our first commit was on March 16, 2023. March 16th, so almost a year ago.
But to be fair, I started working on the game platform in April 2022. So I partnered up with another creator. His name is Kofit. He's actually the creator, the artist of the loopworms that you're going to see in the game. And so, we partnered up and we started building some games and stuff like that together. And that's where the initial platform came from. And it reached maturity when we moved over to LooperLands starting as of March. Yeah.
And well, the reason why I specifically wanted to ask about the time, right, when the game launches that we all remember last year, it was actually quite bad, right? The overall market condition. So
Oh,
when you launch your gaming project, the LooperLands, it was actually kind of like in the middle of the bear market, right? Especially for Web3 gaming. How did you survive that? And also, what's your thoughts after that? Because when you wanted to start a project, it was definitely the market situation was super great, right? Like in 2022, but then time goes to 2023, and then it's getting quite bad. What keep you wanted to building it and then lasts until now? And any changes between your like marketing strategies or your company management or how you attract new users to play your game? Thank you.
wow, that is an amazing amount of questions, and I hope I get them all.
Mhm.
Please let me know if I've missed any. But actually, well, can you repeat? Let's go slower. So
Let's
if you
sorry
don't mind, give me the first
sorry,
one.
I have so many questions at once. So let's first tackle on why chose the timing to launch your
Perfect.
game in June 2023, because at the time we
Because it
all
was
know
May.
that both NFT and Web3 gaming spaces
Yes,
were like
dead.
winding down, right?
Okay.
Yes, you can say it's dead. Yeah.
Okay, so we actually have a really good story to tell here.
Uh-huh.
And it's all driven by practicalities, right? When I got into the market with the GameStop marketplace, when it came out, we were very excited because of the promise of the technology, and there was a lack of content. And this is, by the way, a problem that Tycho has fixed, and I'm going to talk about that as well. I'm very proud to be an ecosystem partner because their vision and their ability to execute the vision is absolutely evident. I'm super excited. But so when the GameStop marketplace came out, there art content, but there weren't interactive, like truly, taking advantage of the function and format. And I saw the capacity of the technology, and that's where I was completely enamored with it. And I jumped on board into the crypto space. I'd actually connected with most of the people in my team at that point as well, all working independently on different things, and we kind of gelled together. So this my relationships with everyone's really longstanding, which is wonderful. So we released our initial games and stuff in late 2022, at the end kind of the market, right? We sold. We never had an issue selling assets. We didn't tokenize, and we self-funded. So basically everything that we built was funded by the community through small, short engagement games that we built to allow them to interact with their assets. And most of these people were not necessarily technical; they were largely creative. So they made art, but didn't have a real way to make it interactive. And we helped facilitate them making it interactive. And that kind of created the model that we have now, which is largely based on user-generated content coming from the creatives and creating a way for them to sell their digital assets and for us to enable them in Web3.
Wow, so self-funded, and then just keep working on that and also supporting other projects. Well, that is definitely not easy. What made you wanted to do it? What made you wanted to believe in Web3 gaming? Why didn't the team just decide, okay, now Web3 games are dead, let's just go back to the traditional gaming track?
Good question. So first of all, my background is telecom. I did work on voice over IP and speech recognition in the early days of that technology, back when it was a very good idea, but extraordinarily complicated and probably a little bit expensive. And at the same time, there was a lot of institutional objections to it from traditional telecom and fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So I'm familiar with a really, really good sort of conceptual model changing idea that is Web3 gaming. And so I have faith in the technology, and the people in our community really bought into the concept of these art assets doing something that created utility, that generated additional value, that they could put in something of themselves into these things as well, and make some economy of it, or connect to community in a meaningful way, as opposed to having them sit sort of idle in wallets. And because the community saw what we were doing and we were able to enable their assets to do these things, that sort of gave us the energy and the positivity to keep pushing forward while we were watching other projects sort of languish during the time. Since we launched in June 2023, all of our creators have been doing absolutely fantastic. When they launched their collections in marketplaces, they've been selling them out. So winter really hasn't impacted us because we built during the winter period in order to have content for people to have during that time. And now that winter starts, seems to be ending. What we're doing is we're moving to a slightly different model in order to be able to attract new players and new wallets. It's a partner-driven model because we have a working metaverse, and because it's a cross-chain metaverse, and because we have free-to-play elements, so anyone can go to LooperLands.io right now and connect an Ethereum wallet with Wallet Connect, and they'll have the ability to play the game. And get the more or less, the full game experience. Some areas are token gated, and obviously, premium assets allow you to reach higher level content easier. But anyone can participate in our community events, of which we have countless ones. Anyone can, go into explore, different worlds through portals, or go, see what the game's all about. We have an in-game prize that we were talking about. Which is a red packet that's available right now. And I'll show you a little bit when you're ready for me to flip the screen and show some good, game content or whatever, how players can connect and how they can go ahead and get that red packet, which is an in-game asset. It's a really cool interactive 3D toy box model NFT, which is the art. And when they connect to the game, they can equip a really cool golden sword in the game that has benefits associated with different asset classes. So yeah, we'll definitely show that as well.
That is amazing. Yes, just when you are ready, feel free to share your screen anytime, because our audience definitely would like to see that as well. And I definitely wanted to shout out to the team, right, with passionate and just keep staying there. And the cold doesn't bother us at all, right? Just like, let it go, like the song says, right? That is amazing. Sorry for the pun.
Well, we have experienced the benefits of having content and having players and having people passionate about what we're building. Because this is user-generated content, people are able to build themselves and invest themselves. When you start seeing what the game looks like, you'll get a sense of it. If you're okay, I'm going to actually grab control of the screen. I'll flip on the trailer.
Let's do it.
Is that okay if I share a trailer of the game, and then we can get into other aspects? Because it's really cool. It shows off the game in a fun way.
Yeah, feel free to share whatever you would like to let our audience to watch and related to your gaming project. That's just amazing. Thank you.
All right, I'm just going to share my whole screen. Let's see, we got LooperLands trailers.
Because I remember last year, so many people told me that, hey, Moonlight, the next bull round might come back until like 2025 or longer, or maybe 3 more years or 4 more years. We need to embrace ourselves. And that's why I saw so many projects left during my tenure. During my tenure over here in Web3 gaming space, I've interviewed or participated in over 1,500 different AMA sessions. And so many, like over 90% of them were actually just gone forever. So I always wanted to hear the stories from builders who sustain these periods and still wanted to keep building and still passionate about what they are doing. This is just amazing. Thank you. And please go ahead to share the LooperLands trailer to us. Thank you.
I will. And afterwards, remind me, because I'm going to share with you the optimism that I have for the future, which is why we're going to be seeing a very different model when it comes to Web3 going forward. Hopefully in 2024, maybe further ahead, but I see it as far more imminent with technologies like ERC-4337.
Amazing. Then we could learn some tech parts as well. Nice. We love it.
So the game is, stop sharing for a moment. So the game is playable on any device because it's browser based. We're focused on accessibility. That's, first and foremost. That's one of the reasons why I'm so optimistic about where things are going, because we're seeing people connect to this and be able to adopt this very easily from any browser with any wallet, right? Mm-hmm. And so we see ease of access as one of the goals that we have. We messed around with Magic Link technology earlier on, and we're successful with it. But for our purposes, it was a little bit of a dead-end technology. But that really connected us to the benefits associated with both, creating socials-oriented or email-oriented authentication with maybe non-custodial wallets. Or however people can connect to those devices, to give airdrops with TradFi, for example, to give people the ability to get access to game assets without having to think about or worry about crypto elements. Mm-hmm. So when we created that test environment, so on and so forth, it was 100% viable as far as making Web3 an equivalent to a Web 2 gaming experience. So then it just became about people who want to play a game and not having to have any of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, or the learning curve, or the concerns, or any aspect associated with crypto. It's just about, I can play this game my way, the way I'm used to it, and creating that way to make that experience seamless for people at the same time, mm-hmm. As giving them the ability to understand as they're playing this, they own their assets, and then they have the ability, if they choose, to go a little bit further in to transact these assets, and to learn a little bit more about what Web3 truly is, and how it distinguishes itself from the traditional gaming model where you don't actually own anything. So that's kind of where we see it going.
That is very nice, and I see the gameplay. So it also reminds me of other games that they have lands and people build on lands and build their own lands and etc. How would you compare LooperLands with other similar gaming projects, whether it's in Web 2 or Web 3 spaces? Thank you.
That's a really good question. So the games that I love most as far as their models go would be stuff like Roblox or Minecraft and so on and so forth. And I've always had a love of role-playing games from, Might and Magic and Ultima and Bard's Tale and all of those. I played them all growing up. And pixel games themselves are timeless. That's actually one of the reasons why we're going with Pixel as our primary format, is because it's very accessible, it's timeless, it's very quick and easy to create content for creators. The learning curve associated with creating new content is very, very low. So after showing you some of the gameplay, I'll show you some of the creator tools, which is the other side of the coin. Because there's different types of players. Some people just like to play, and that's amazing. We love it. Some people like to collect, and bless their hearts, collect away. Some people like to tinker and make mods and make their own assets, and we give them a path to be able to do that as well. And we do that with zero code, which is our modus operandus. So if you're okay, I'll flip over and I'll share my screen and I'll connect and I'll show you a new player experience and where to find the prize.
Of course, feel free to do so. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, and everyone always feel free to jump in, just open your mic and kind of like a free discussion, a fireside talk, kind of like that, because relax. I'm not going to tell you how many audience were here to make you nervous, but just enjoy and have fun. Okay, we have we have over.
Your audience is just us. No one else is here. Just us.
Yes, just us. No worries. Everything's fine.
So
Right.
LooperLands is accessible right now through looperlands.io. You'll land over here, and it shows some of the production worlds that we have right now. We got 5 over here in production, but we've got about a dozen being built right now. Actually, sorry, there's 6 in production. There's a hidden one as well. And anyone who wants to see who's in the game can take a look and see who's playing right now and what assets they're running with. To connect, you just connect over here, and you connect to any of your Ethereum wallets through Wallet Connect. Now, in this one, I'm going to just use MetaMask.
Nice, and you mentioned that you actually wanted to build a cross-chain project, right? So other than Ethereum,
this is cross-chain, absolutely. So right now in production, we have assets in game that are sitting on Loopring Layer 2. That is where the majority of the game assets are. Then we also have there's the group. So we've got IMX we're supporting. We've got assets on Ethereum Layer 1. We've added ETHscription, and we are also on Tyco Catla. So when they move over to mainnet, we'll just support those as well. And so right now we give creators a way to make zero-code game assets on all of those networks through our tools.
I see.
So the character I've got over here is a little worm. Oops. I'm just going to mute this. Or he's muted. There it is. This is playable on any device. You could play it on a mobile. You could play it on a tablet. It's playable actually inside the Loopring wallet as a suggested DApp. You can play it in the Tyco wallet as well. And this is a free-to-play character. You can kind of wander around, equip a new weapon as you find them, interact with NPCs, and then kind of explore the main town. We have little rats around. They're not very aggressive, but you can start a fight with them. And then you can go ahead and talk to Goose over here, who's one of our, he's a real world person who represents himself with a goose. And then you can click on this and you get a red packet. The red packet represents an in-game asset, which is it's a golden sword. And so once you get it, after about 15 or so minutes, it's equipable, which you can get it through your inventory. I don't currently have anything in this character's inventory, but I can flip over to another character who does. Oops.
Nice.
So in this character's case, he's got assets in his inventory a lot more, and this would be the golden sword. And so, yeah, this is, like I said, you can see there's lots of different people, kind of sitting around in game. There's many worlds that we have associated with it. This is the main one that inherits from the original browser quest, but we have other worlds like Ordinary Atoms, Luporia. So this is his Everloop Chronicles. And so these are created by individual creators, artists, and so forth are going to make their own games, their own maps with NPCs and storylines. They'll give characters quests associated with it that they can follow. Some worlds are just simply hangout spots. Some worlds are places where people can just, fish or fight bosses together and so forth. And it allows, people to put their own spin on what they want their pixel world to look like. They all look very unique.
Nice. How do you keep player retentions? Because we all know that in Web3, well, the actual active Web3 gamers might not be as many as we wanted to, right? And we also know how difficult it is to convert gamers from Web2 to Web3. So do you actually design your games as kind of like both traditional gamers and Web3 gamers could play seamlessly, especially for traditional gamers that who do not know anything about NFTs or wallet addresses, etc., or blockchains? how to like participate into your game as well. Thank you.
So that is the goal right now, is
Uh-huh.
to be able to onboard someone who doesn't know crypto through socials or email authentication, and we're looking at our various partners and the wallets that we work with in order to be able to implement that. Like I said, we did that briefly using Magic Link, but it's just it wasn't scalable that way. So eventually we do want to get that way. But as far as the game experience itself, we're people buy game assets to use them, to play with them, for whatever purpose that they've got. These aren't sold for the intention of having them as investments. So as you can see, game assets gain. Let me get a new one over here. Fireball. There you go. So they gain levels, they have traits, and so on and so forth. Experience, and so what happens is, they do more damage, they get more benefit. Some of them are made by artists who are higher in demand because the art for them is unique or really cool, and so what happens is, on the secondary market, people will sell their game assets maybe for a little bit more because they put the effort in. So what keeps the players coming back is, some of it would be that economy, I guess, to some degree for people who are interested in that economy. But most people are interested in engaging with communities. We have, because it's user-generated content, we have new content coming out on a regular basis, new worlds coming online, new quests, new missions, new game experiences, new mini games, new asset classes. So there's lots of novelty that's coming in. If you see on the top right of my screen, where my mouse is over here, we've got gold. So we've added a crafting mechanic. So players can, acquire gold in the game in order to go to, a store and buy little assets that they can equip on their characters. So here, ooh, there's a good chunk of gold. And there's ore, so we can accumulate that as well. And then you can basically get things that'll help your character out in the game. There you go. Made a purchase. And so on and so forth. What keeps people coming back also is the regular, like I said, we do regular in-game events. I can show some screens of what they look like because we got some recordings of those. LooperLands game, where's a good here. So we held, like, for example, rave in the game. So we had one of the DJs in the loopering space, Tanashi, who put on like an actual concert. We had music in the game. We had a whole bunch of people come and just party together, and then go, raid and charge a boss. We have lots of events where people will come just to show off their assets and to hang out, to talk together in game. This was a fashion show that we held over Christmas where we were kind of evaluating the art and so on and so forth. When a creator has a launch of a new asset class, they'll hold an event in the game, and so people will come and they'll celebrate that asset, and it creates a sense of community engagement, and that's kind of one of the things that keeps people coming back.
I'll also just add, it's kind of a combination. The game is like a playground for both creators and developers. And so as creators are adding things to the game, it creates people wanting to come back, whether they're a part of that creators community and they just want to come, see what they made, or whether, that creator just made something awesome and I want to go try it. But there's also developers that are continuing to add, new things to this game. Like our team member DeGroot added ranged weapons to the game recently. That is a lot of fun to play with, and that brings players back to come try out their ranged weapons and to be able to go collect and gather and get their ammunition and that kind of thing. So it's the fact that we've made it to where anyone in the community can kind of come build and create this thing with us and have it expand with us is what also keeps players coming back.
Absolutely. And so that's one of the things that we've done with this is because we've got, it says 92 creators over here on the platform, when they have a new asset or new collection or something new that they want to do in game, they're going to engage their fan base, hey, look what we've got. And that brings people into the game, and that keeps people in the game. So, novelty, community, having a variety of different options, whether it's player versus environment or co-op or player versus player. Let me see if I can throw up some player versus player on the screen, because we hold player versus player events all the time. Here's a good one. Our boxing.
Leaderboard too. People like to be number one.
Exactly. We've got a couple of players here that are absolute alpha gamers that fight for the number one spot. There's, people like Ordinary Adam has given people the ability to evolve their weapons and dual wield. We've got companions that one of our creators has, made evolve sort of Pokemon style as they level up. And so, that's what keeps people coming back, is just, it's community, it's fun, it's short engagement. It fits into their lifestyle. It connects them to the people that they enjoy speaking to and, being with, and gives them the sense that they're also building something too, because they are.
That is just very nice. Look at all of the art over here. So you mentioned that those are actually players their own create, right? They're like content generated by the players. What kind
Some.
of
Some
of them? Okay.
Yeah,
what kind of resources that did you get? Can we see the selections? Like if we wanted to build our own land, what are the choices that we could have? Thank you.
Of course. 100%. Let me just flip to that as well. So what we do is we make it easy for people to create their own game assets. And again, not everyone's a creator, right? Some people are just players and they're very happy to play. But if someone wants to make their own game assets, we have a sprite sheet that they make. The contrast is a little poor in this one, but they'll make a sprite sheet that shows all the different articulations of that particular character, what they're supposed to do. Is this. And then we've got utilities that allow them to add assets and see what they look like, so that they make sure that the sheet is something that's going to work in game. They can do things like equip weapons and see what the frames are like. So we give them tools to do this. And then we have a tool which we call our Add Looper tool, which allows them to select the network that they want to work with an existing asset. And that's one of the benefits, is that we will work with existing minted assets. So if you've got something that's sitting on Ethereum layer 1, this allows us to gamify that particular asset in place with no gas cost.
No gas cost. Wow. How did you make it happen?
Well, it's because we are using a trustless architecture. What we're basically doing is we're tracking assets in wallets, and then we sync. And so back to this, creators have the ability to add, loopers, which is what we call our avatars, companions, which are AI bots that follow along and fight alongside you and protect you. They're really cool. Or items, of which they could be, different types of weapons that we've got, or minigame items. And then creators will add their information, upload their sprite sheets, and once they've added it, we incorporate it into our tracker and into the game code. And then that NFT has been turned into, a game asset. As I was mentioning companions before, here's a guy. So this is, my dog. One of the artists was able to make my dog. Here, let me turn off the text so you can see a little bit better. And so he'll fight alongside me.
That is just so cute. Oh my goodness.
Isn't it? And so we have literally 4,500 assets plus or minus. There you go, 4,460 assets in the game right now. These are all unique in-game assets that have been created by creators on Loopring, which is where the vast majority sit. But there's some, like I said, on Ethereum. We have some Ethscription. We're growing into IMX as well. Where would people be able to find the assets? The best place to find it is Loop Exchange. over here is the best place to find it. As you can see, there's usually a lot of LooperLands assets that are being sold, in the marketplace, so they're fairly easy to spot and to find, or people can just search for LooperLands. And these assets are not, like I said, made by us. They are made by the 100-odd collectors. Another great place to find is via Betty Explorer through our ecosystem. When it loads up, and what it's going to do is it's going to give people a way to basically hunt for assets on the secondary market, pick where they want. And this is, again, a lot of this is community created. This is created by a gentleman who goes by the name Master Betty, who's done a number of these types of sites for various community projects, which allows us to be able to pull statistics associated with collections, track assets on the secondary market, hunt by traits. So if I wanted to find like a level 3 asset or something like that, I could do that as well.
Wow, that is just very nice. And do we have our other team members? Would you like to, from your perspective, right, to take on some of the questions that we previously discussed together? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I can go a little bit. So one of the game that when I was a kid I liked to play, it's called Tibia. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. So a lot like the way you level up is very similar to Tibia. So that's kind of, and RuneScape too. That's another. It's kind of like RuneScape and Tibia combined, which were some of my favorite games as a kid. But in terms of like the motivator, why are we building during the bear? I think Smiley has a similar story too, but I have a friend who just hates crypto. Like he just hates it with a passion. And basically I was having daily arguments with him. So I saw Smiley built this thing called Web3 Pets, which was a great project. And I was like, you know what? I want to, use some of that technology and just build like a game to kind of prove my friend wrong. And here we are. So that's kind of one of the reasons why. But we do have a bunch of chains we support. We could even add BNB in the future if we wanted to. I think because BNB is just an ETH clone, so that could be something we could add. But yeah, it's been a fun project.
Nice. Thank you so much. And how about marketing strategy? What's your marketing strategy overall, especially transforming from the bear run into bull run right now? And specifically, a lot of people are saying 2024 is going to be the year of Web3 gaming. So are you ready to fast expanding your gaming project and your community this year? Thank you.
Pete, I think this is a question for you.
I will say the biggest marketing strategy we have right now is UGC. UGC, if you're in marketing at all, it's like the gold standard of content, is user-generated content. And LooperLands is a haven for user-generated content, whether it be, community members who are creating assets on a live stream and just showing their art and showing how they make their pixel assets, or whether it be, creators actually creating on the game or building worlds like the one you see Smiley playing in right now. When creators create, they go share, they go, talk about it, they go make videos of it, they do promo trailers. And at a certain point, you get to where the creators in the community are kind of the ones that are becoming the marketing, the promotion of the game itself. And at this point, as we bring on, new ecosystems like Tycho and new partnerships, we'll have even more ability to bring in new players into the game that are sharing their own content, creating their own worlds, and that kind of thing. So I would say the bread and butter of our marketing strategy is UGC, and it's mostly showcasing all of the beautiful created worlds, assets, all sorts of different creator-made things that you can do in this game. It's being able to take that and showcase it out to the broader market so that they can see what can be done with LooperLands.
I do want to give a brief shout out to this gentleman on the screen. His name is Beardy McHatface in the community. He is probably the #1 gamer we have. So a big shout out to him. In fact, talking to Pete's point, Blake's point, I apologize. I could actually throw something on the screen, which is an example of what he's talking about, which is some of the trailers that were created by our community. So it's a good showcase of what talent we're dealing with. So that's a good example of something from one of our top creators, Ordinary Adam, who created Luporia and Cello Collections. Here's another example of a good community event where one of the creators, Is It In You, created a collection based around boxing, and he used this to sell his collection out. So as you can see, that's sort of representative of what some of our marketing strategy is helping people market their digital assets.
That is just very nice. Wow, look at that. And so what's the future plan for LooperLands? Do you mind to also reveal some alphas to us? Thank you.
100%. So basically, when I say stay the course, that just basically means we keep adding new game assets, we keep connecting to new chains, new partners, new creators, adding new content, adding new players, kind of expanding, creating more ease of access to oh, there's Hamilton. He's got the Tycho character. I don't know if you can see a little bit of a Tycho symbol over here. So, basically more of what we are trying to do, which is, create more of an ease of engagement of people to bring more people into the Web3 space, whether, they know they're going into Web3 or not at the time. And, to continue to build and to continue to grow this.
Nice. So, are you going to any in-game mechanism that to prepare the traditional gamers who join Web3, or are you going to create some educational sessions, or are you going to do both?
Yeah, if you see where I'm wandering. One of the aspects that we already have in-game is crypto edutainment. So for example, these characters are talking about loopring in layer 3 and Tycho, for example, right now. So we encourage people to go through the game and to learn a little bit about it. We have some mini games in here that teach them a little bit more about different assets that they might have. What's a smart wallet versus an EOA, a smart contract wallet versus an EOA, or what's a decentralized exchange, and we incorporate that into our mini games now. With Tycho, we have something extra special planned. We are going to be creating a Tycho experience called Tycho Town, and we are working with our top artist, who actually happens to be over here, Ordinary Adam. So he's our top map maker, and he's going to be working with us and Tycho in order to be able to create a branded experience that showcases Tycho ecosystem partners and their offerings in a fun and an engaging way. through mini games, through in-game access to their offerings, whether it's in a pop-up or in a redirect. And to reward players who go ahead and go through the experience and learn about the various ecosystem partners' offerings.
Got it. That is just very nice. Thank you. And so, well, before we wrap up today's session, do you have any additional information that you'd like to share with our audience over here? Let me check that. I will also like to share our screen because this AMA session is actually featured on the front page of Binance Live, and currently we have over. Let me check. We have close to 3,000 live views over here right now, and we're very happy to be able to learn more about LooperLands with all of the core team members. And I also like to shout out to the team who are like docs, right? You are not afraid of revealing who you really are to our Web3 company members. That is definitely something that really nice and respect as well. So, well, that being said, if you would like to share anything with us before we wrap up the session, feel free to add the information to us. Thank you.
Of course. So right now, LooperLands is free to play. LooperLands.io. It's playable on any device. It's playable in the Loopring wallet, which is the best way to experience the game. Although it is playable from any Ethereum wallet via Wallet Connect. We are trustless. We do not check your wallet contents. We only check the chain. The best, like I said, way to play is through the Loopring wallet, which you can get through loopring.io through wallet. The Loopring wallet is necessary in order to be able to get in-game prizing, like our red packets. The red packet right now is available. If you meet Goose and click on follow this link, it'll pop up a QR code that you'd scan up with your Loopring wallet, and you would have that asset available to you in-game in about 15 minutes. So you can go ahead and equip your golden sword. And, we're looking forward to seeing a whole bunch of new faces come into the game. Best place right now to buy assets, like I said, is loopexchange.art. And you can find the assets through our current website, which again is looperlands.io.
That is very amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, I see the Tycho logo over there. Yeah, that is so cute in the game. And it's just like I mentioned, I'm going to share my screen as well because I wanted to let everyone to see it. It's over here. Yeah, next time I'm going to add everyone's profile pictures over here, and later I will also screenshot these Binance Live front page to everyone as a keepsake, because yes, we're featured over here on the front page, and so people who are using their Binance app or visiting Binance website, they easily to spot us and just join our live streaming. So later I'm going to do replays as well for people who just joined us and missed our previous live discussion. You can still watch the complete replay of today's AMA session and learn more about LooperLands. And to definitely, this is a project that you wanted to pay attention to because it's very low cost that you could just jump in and play, right? And it's available and it's a lot of fun, and you can also earn some rewards. And on top of that, we are actually giving away rewards, right? To our company members. So how do they be able to access? For example, like can they should they provide their wallet account address, or what other information that they need to provide? Thank you.
In order to, for pricing and stuff like that, that's, like I said, the way to get the pricing is get a Loopring wallet through loopring.io wallet. It's available in various app stores, play stores. That's a free wallet. At that point, you'll be able to come into the game at looperlands.io. And you'll be able to get a red packet through this character called Goose by clicking on this particular link, which I'm not going to click because it's going to pop the QR code. Once you scan that within the wallet, that asset is yours. And then it's a game asset. You have that little equipable golden sword that you see that I've got over here. You can trade or sell that asset. Again, the best place to move it is on Loop Exchange. because they deal with loopring layer 2 assets very easily, and they're open to anyone who wants to list assets.
That is very nice. Thank you so much for sharing the information with us today, Smiley Face, and also the team members. Everyone's being here. Very glad to be able to connect with you all. We're looking forward to have you coming back again when next time there are any major updates from the project. Feel free to just schedule a call and come back again. Thank you.
We'll do it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Moonlight. Very grateful for your time.
Amazing. And friends,
Yes, thank you.
yay, glad to have you over here. And now I'm going to close our streaming session and go to our replay. So feel free to hop off the call and then continue your day or take a break. See you around.
Moonlight, if you have a loop ring wallet, send it to me, Moonlight. I'll send you something special.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much. And by the way, my babysitter told me that today is National Nacho Days. So it's about lunchtime over here in New York City. And happy Nacho Days. And we are going to have nachos today. See you around.
Happy Nacho Day.
Thank
Hello.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Okie dokie, I am going to do our replays right now. I'm so glad to talk with our LooperLands team. Amazing. And for friends who are interested in playing the game, yes, we are going to provide rewards to our community members. And later I will make announcement on what we are going to do that. We definitely will do a raffle. And I'm going to first say bye to friends who are watching us on our X Live or our Twitter Live, and say bye to friends who are watching us on our YouTube Live. And stay here for friends who are watching us on our Binance Live, because we're going to do our replays. We're going to first do our ending video. Let's go. Okie dokie. I'm going to find our replays, and then we'll be back pretty soon. This is just amazing. Let's do it.